In our last lesson, we talked about which method is best for solving systems of equations. Today we're going to move on from systems of equations and we're going to start talking about another type of system, and that system is inequalities. So before we get into systems of inequalities, we need to remember, how do we graph an inequality? What is the solution to an inequality? So we're going to practice that on the front page. So these are linear inequalities. When we graph them, they should be straight lines. We can use the same properties for linear equations to help us graph linear inequalities. So looking at number 1, this is something we've done, but it's been a while. Let's see if we can graph that linear inequality. So just like when we're graphing an equation, we want to know what's the slope and the y-intercept. So in green, that's my slope. It's always the coefficient of x. And then in blue, that's my y-intercept. So I'm going to start at 3, my y-intercept, and then use my slope, -5/2, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2. Okay, and I could do that multiple times if I need to, but for this graph, looks like just one point will fit. And then from here, before I connect the dots and make a line, we do know that this will be linear. We need to remember, should this line be dotted or solid? So this is review, but I know it's been a while. But look at your inequality symbol, right? So our inequality symbol is a less than sign, and there's not a line underneath it. So what that means is every point that's on this line is not included in the solution set. So the way that we show that is we draw a dotted line. Okay, so anytime you see a less than or greater than, it's dotted. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to make a dotted line through these points, just like that. Okay, and we're still not done, because with inequalities, it's not just the line itself, but there's also a section or a side of the line that should be a solution. So there's two ways to go about this. You could test points and plug those points in and see, are those points a part of the solution? Or you can remember that a less than means below and a greater than means above. So I'm going to try both strategies here. I'm going to start with testing a point. I'm going to try a point below the line, which is 0, 0. Should that point be shaded? Should it be in the solution set? Well, let's see. If you were to plug 0, 0 in, I plug 0 in for y and 0 in for x. Is that going to give you a true statement? Well, -5/2 times 0 is just 0, right? So you have 0 is less than 3. Is that true? Is 0 less than 3? Yes, it is. So it should be a part of the solution set. It needs to be in the shaded region. All right? So I'm going to shade it. Let's go with a little bit different color so that you can still see the line. Let's go just yellow. All right, so all of this that's shaded is the solution set of number 1. Okay? Now that second strategy, the above or below method, this was a less than sign, so hopefully you can see that this is shaded below the line. All right, so just like I have been doing, I'm going to do the odds. So I'm going to go down to number 3. Let's try another one. So I'm going to graph the line. The y-intercept is at 1. The slope is -4/3. So down 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 2, 3. This one I can plot another point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now this line, before I connect the dots, I see that there is a, it says greater than or equal to, right? So it has the or equal to symbol with it. That means the line is included. Anything on this line should be a part of it, which we show that by just making the line solid. Okay? So anytime you have a less or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, it's a solid line. All right, and then now I can use the same thing we talked about on the previous problem. Where should the shading be? This is a greater than, so it's going to be above. So anything in this shade is going to give me a true statement when I would plug it in. It's a part of the solution set. All right, so this is a quick review. Go ahead and try numbers 2 and 4, and then resume when you're ready to go on the back and start talking about systems. All right, so now with the system of inequalities, all we're doing is, just like with the system of equations, we're putting two inequalities together and trying to find where is that solution set that meets both of these inequalities at the same time. So the way that we're going to do this is just by graphing like the front side, but we're going to have two that we're going to graph, and then there's one additional thing that we're looking for, and I'll tell you when we get there. So here's number 5. I'm going to start by graphing the top one. So this top line, y is less than negative 4x plus 2. So my y-intercept is at 2. I'll start with that. My slope is negative 4. So I'm going to go down 4. Make sure that you go over 1. Remember, whole numbers, you still move over. Okay, so over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. That one's off the graph, but I'll plot it. So there it is. I'm going to make this one dotted because it doesn't have the equal to sign underneath it. And for this problem, I am going to go ahead and shade on one side of the line, but on the next one, I'll tell you what I typically do so that it's not as messy. But I'm going to shade, and let's see. So this is a less than, so this should be shaded below since it's less than. Oops. Switch to the highlight tool. Below. All right, so if I was just graphing the top inequality, that would be it, but I have another inequality, and I need to graph it. So this one is at negative 1 for the y-intercept, and the slope is negative 1 as well, so down 1 and over 1. With inequalities, it's best to go ahead and graph all the way across if you can. This one should be dotted. And then this one would be shaded, and I'm going to change colors here. I'm going to go with a blue, and this one should be shaded above, right? Because it's a greater. So this would be the above region. So what is the real answer to this problem then? What fits both constraints at the same time? Well, hopefully you see that this region here in green, that region is overlapped, right? Like it meets both of them at the same time. So the answer to this problem is just the green. Okay, so then what I would do from here is I would just try to erase the other parts now that I have this green region as the overlap. Okay, so erase, erase, and boom, there we go. That's the answer to the problem. Now for you guys, if you got a pen or pencil, might be you could do it with a pencil, but it still might be difficult to erase a shade. So what I would suggest is maybe trying to find the shade at the end, and that's what I'm going to do on number 7. You don't have to do that though. You could just erase like I did, or just darken in the spot that is the overlap. As long as I can see where you're telling me the answer is, that's fine. So if you do a light shade everywhere and then just darken in the overlap, that's okay. Here's number 7 though. So we got y is greater than or equal to 3. Well, that's going to be a solid line. Since the slope is 0, since there's no x, it's just a flat line through 3. And then the bottom equation, y-intercept's negative 3, slope is negative 6, so down 6 over 1. If I reverse it, up 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, backwards 1. And then this as well is a solid line. And then now I'm going to think about the shading. Okay, so what am I going to shade? Well, it's above, so that would be this way. And then it's above on this one, so that'd be this way. So it's looking like this would be the overlap. So that would be the final answer. Everything in there is a part of the solution set. Okay? If you don't like that technique, go ahead and do what we did on the one before this one, and then just erase or darken in where the overlap should be. All right, let's try number 9. Okay, so we're going to graph it. The y-intercept's at -3. The slope is 4/3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This should be a dotted line. All right, moving on to the second. +3 is the y-intercept. Slope is -2/3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This should be a solid line. And now let's think about shading. For the top equation, it was below. So that's everything below this line. And then for the other equation, it was above. Well, here's the overlap then, right in this little section. Okay, so that is solving systems of inequalities. It's taking what we learned about inequalities and putting another one with it, and then finding the overlap region. Okay, now that you've watched this video, go ahead and finish up the evens, and make sure you're submitting these things to Google Classroom to get credit. Thanks for watching.